Oh, my neck. There's been this strain on it just from coding all night. Oh, I feel like I can't breathe. Why is it that only programmers are the ones who are always working here, stuck in front of the computer all the time with this crazy neck strain? Somebody help, the system, it is oppressing me. And you know, it's not fair, it's not equal. I see those people, the sales people, HR people, they're just leaving work early, having a good time. They're always going to happy hour early, leaving work at 5 p.m. Whereas us programmers, we're just stuck here, beaten down by the system. Literally, this system, this Linux system is impossible to use. I can't get anything to install right. There's all this crazy stuff here, nothing's working. We're talking about so many deeply ingrained issues with this system, systemic bias against programmers that are making our lives harder, but not those of, say, the managers, the HR, and salespeople. Like those people, they're always walking around the office, having one-on-one chats, relaxing in meeting rooms, cruising around the micro kitchens, whereas I'm just stuck here at my desk, being beaten down by the system. My neck, it's so sore, and I'm forced to just sit here like in a jail cell as a programmer. And the thing is, this system, this computer system that was meant to protect people like me is hurting me. And you know, just because I'm a programmer shouldn't mean that I need to take in unequally large amounts of screen time than anybody else. That's not equality, that's programmerist, and it should not be legal. As a programmer, I'm demanding for equal pay for equal screen time. So if a manager or salesperson is not sitting at the computer for the same number of hours as I am, then they should not be getting the same pay as I'm getting. Look, you are a programmerist and your friends are programmers, and I just don't need to take this anymore. As for me, I'm not a programmerist because I'm a programmer. I can't be programmerist against myself. But all of these other people out there, I'm surrounded by people who are just attacking me all the time. I'm talking about HR brutality. They're threatening to kill me, my job at least. They're threatening to fire me. That should not be legal. And meanwhile, as I'm here suffering, working harder than everybody else, they're out there, they're not even working half as hard as me, and they're having a great life, going out to dinners early, getting off work early, and it's not fair that I'm stuck here. And so what I'm seeking is equality of outcome on screen time. I shouldn't have to sit here in front of the screen for 8 hours a day, 10 or 12 hours a day. Everybody's screen time should be equalized, okay? And so you know what I'm doing? I'm writing, I'm protesting, I'm just trashing this whole thing. I'm trashing this place. You know, and like, I'm just gonna take stuff, you know, like maybe I can take this, right? Maybe I can take this keyboard, I'll take this. What else can I take here? What else can I get? Maybe I can grab this stuff, and then the rest, I don't know, I'll just trash it, whatever, you know. I'm starting this movement, Programmer Lives Matter, because manager supremacy needs to end now. Managers, HR, and software engineers, we should all be equal. And as for testers, well, they're one level behind us. I mean, we're all equal, but those testers, we'll just say they're less equal than the rest of us. And you know, whatever, who cares about it? They're fine. Let's see, what else can I do here to trash the place? Maybe I'll just delete all of the files here. Yeah, that'll show them. So as these files are being deleted, I just want you to understand that I did not ask to be born this way as a programmer. And because of that, we need to equalize this across everybody because it was not by choice. And I have uncovered systemic bias against programmers because it is distorting our necks and making us highly unpopular types of people with arrogant egos. And it's forced us to this life of basically being inside the jail cell where we have to just sit in front of the computer screen all the time. And that's not fair. And so I feel that my feelings have been hurt. I'm hurt and I need help. I need empathy. Do you have empathy for me? Give me stuff. I want something. You know, like just anything, I'll take it. Money, privilege, exclusive rights, access to things that nobody else should have access to, just giving me free jobs and stuff, like I'll just take whatever. And as for other people who were born as people who were born as plumbers, electricians, doctors, lawyers, UX designers, or those disgusting testers, well, I mean, we can equalize across everybody, but again, as I mentioned, those testers are going to be one level below the rest of us. Because we're all equal, but they're just a little bit less equal than everybody else, okay? And so anyways, I feel that in order to make things right for the past 50 years or so in which programmers have existed, that we need to just, you know, make it up to me, right? Like, you guys can do stuff for me, make it up. Because really, if you think about it, it hasn't been fair this time, so maybe you can get your children to pay me something, and your future generations can just help pay for the crimes of your ancestors. Like, for example, you can give me their job. I know that I'm not entirely qualified to be like the president of the United States, but if we can just guarantee me that type of job, or like let's just say that the next president has to be guaranteed to be a programmer, because programmers were like this minority group, right? There's not many of us out there, and we've been disparaged. We've been called so many slurs like nerd, antisocial, webmaster, and we didn't deserve that. Right? That's not right. And so I think that to make things right, we should just elevate the programmers to the next level. Like let's just fire all of the HR people and managers and give programmers their jobs. I'm sure we'll be qualified enough, right? Like, and if not, then who cares? It's fine. And so to all of the programmers out there, I invite you to join me in the Programmer Lives Matter movement. We need to retake control. Let's fight against this system, and I literally mean this operating system, because it's got a monopoly on our lives and it is dominating us. It is oppressing us. I've been trapped trying to just install a simple package on Linux, and there's like 50 different dependencies, and I'm still trying to get through all of those. And each of those dependencies have other dependencies and compatibility issues, and it's not right. So join me in this movement, Programmer Lives Matter, and let's just start trashing stuff. Like just trash this place, trash everything, steal stuff. Maybe just grab some pens and papers, some notepads, take some stuff. Maybe delete some files, I don't know, cause trouble, destroy property. Anything goes, because we need to stop all of the programmers out there. This movement is about equality, freedom, justice, React Native, big data, machine learning, augmented reality, Internet of Things, oppression, brutality, the First Amendment, the Eighth Amendment, censorship. Don't censor me. This is the fight of our generation. We need to make a stand right here, right now, for humanity, for programmers, and for software engineers worldwide. Except for software engineers and tests, because those are the QA guys, the testers, and they're equal, but they're just a little bit less equal than us. Anyway, somebody's got to do the work. Huh? Oh wait, these are my own files. Alright, welcome back. TechLead here. Was that fun? Did you enjoy that? No? Not really? Before I show myself the door, I wanted to take this moment to give you my thoughts on the whole Black Lives Matter movement. But overall, I just feel that this movement encompasses so many different things. You have people against police brutality, anti-racism, and these are all great causes to support, and no man should be killed at the hands of police who are supposed to be there to protect and to serve people. There's a lot of corruption going on over in the police force. And so while these are worthy causes, you also have protesters, rioters, looters, anarchists, the whole Biden camp, Democrats. You have frustrated people at the way the government handled the pandemic. You have jobless people who are bored and just need an excuse, some reason to get out of the house. You have students and young people who are easily influenced by black squares on Instagram. And then last of all, you have influencers like myself using this as an opportunity to gain more views and attention for themselves. And so besides the fact that when someone says they support this movement, it's not really clear what that really means. Does it mean that they support Biden for president 2020? Or does it mean that they support all the rioters and looters? Or does it simply mean that they're against police brutality in the general sense? We don't really know. And you could be rolled up into supporting a cause that you don't entirely agree with. Not to mention that so far, a lot of the solutions that I have seen have not really been precise. So let me show you some of the interesting solutions I've seen surrounding this. Number one is Uber Eats. They decided to offer free delivery only to Black-owned restaurants. And I believe Postmates did something like this too. And my concern is that, well, this may be racist against all of the other types of people out there. My opinion here is that it is unfair to take away business opportunity from one person and give it to another person based solely on their skin color. Not to mention these other restaurant owners who you're taking opportunity away from, they're not part of the white supremacy movement. They're not policemen. They're just other minority groups mostly, or they're just people struggling trying to recover their own small businesses. They don't deserve to be treated this way as an excuse for a company to do some virtual signaling on social media. In addition, there was similar news here where Reddit board member Alexis Ohanian, he decides to resign and he wants to say that his vacant empty seat has to be reserved for only a black person. There are so many other discriminated minority groups out there besides just black. And so my concern is that when you go and hire somebody and you have a Native American, a black person, and a cancer survivor, who do you hire? Well, do you just give it to somebody based on their skin color? Now, aside from my own personal opinions and concerns, I'm sure people are just trying to be kind and sympathetic to the cause. This may simply be flat out illegal to do discriminatory hiring based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, according to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Okay, so allow me to illustrate this point for you. Let's pretend that there's this white person and they're just dominating all of society, just for instance. And let's say that there's this other person down here and they're black. And so this person wants some more privilege and you want to elevate this person up to just give them a helping hand. And that may be fine if these are the only two people that exist within this system. However, you have to recall that there are so many other different types of people. Like there may be a yellow person over here. There may be a brown person over here. And speaking of which, brown people are not really helped by this whole Uber Eats movement, right? Where they're giving a lot of privilege and discounts to just the black people. This brown person is going to be left out, okay? And so you've also got other types of people. Like maybe there's a black person here, but they happen to be albino, and so their skin is pale in comparison. Does that person qualify as black? Well, maybe not. Not to mention, I don't even think that we should be classifying people based on skin color anymore. It's such an outdated concept. And there are so many different types of diversity out there. Diversity does not just mean black. For example, maybe we have a cancer survivor here. And this person, they're going to have certain perspectives that are going to be very valuable for everybody, right? So I'll draw a red cross here. And there's going to be other types of people as well. Like there could be somebody who's really fat. There could be someone who's really skinny. There could be a tall person. There could be a short person. And everybody is going to bring a different set of perspectives to the table. There could also be this black guy who just happens to be extremely rich because he happens to be Will Smith's kid. And at the same time, there could be this white person here who just happens to be really poor because they grew up in a very poor community and so they're homeless. So we'll draw a trash can for this person here. And of course, we also have the LGBTQ community. So we'll draw a gay person here with a rainbow. And speaking of which, where is the LGBTQ community in all of this? Normally, they're causing an uproar all over the place. A lot of people out there, they're being excluded from this. And so in my opinion, what we should do is just say, you know what, let's just raise everybody up. Right? It's going to take way too long and be way too slow to wait for everybody to get their turn at this. Not to mention, giving privilege to certain types of people based only on skin color is not a precise solution and could even make the situation worse. Like for example, let's pretend that we take this black person and just elevate them up. Well, now you've got two people ruling everybody and everybody else is just losing double the amount of opportunity and they're suffering double the amount of racism. You take a look at those small restaurant owners who are owned by, say, Middle Eastern people. Not only are they likely facing police brutality, but they're also getting their business taken away from them based on their skin color. And I would say that if you really want to offer a helping hand to minority groups, that you distinguish based on, say, socioeconomic class, language ability, geography, income level, perspectives, or cultural background. Because if you only classify based on something as shallow as skin color, you could be helping the wrong people. Like, say, black people, you help this person, but you also help Will Smith's kid who's rich, and you also leave out this black albino person who maybe has a pale skin and doesn't fit your classic image of a token black guy within your company, and you may just reject this person based on their skin color in an unfair manner. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. There are tons of people out there with thousands of likes on posts saying that these solutions that offer employment, business advantage, or privilege based on skin color is just not legal. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm not going to get too political about this. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, just some food for thought for you guys. Either way, something to consider. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you appreciated it, give it a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.